Alright, what's up everybody? It's Joe from JLW Games coming at you with another cool live stream. And we're back in Planet Coaster 2 to have some more fun. So, welcome back, and hope you guys are having a fantastic afternoon. Also, good afternoon to you as well, Humble Pro. Hope you're having a great day. And we are back in Winland Heartland Adventure, which is going to be our awesome little park that we've been working on. But before we get too far, I do want to kind of show off that I do have a new mod installed and actually finally got it to work. It's been a little bit and I've been excited about it. They just had a new release. It's actually on Nexus Mods now, and that is the Universal Switch Tracks mod, which adds some transfer tracks to the game, which is pretty cool. And also a few other things. So, if we go over here, let's just add, like, I don't know, doesn't really matter which coaster we add, but let's just do an RMC, I don't know, for the fun of it. We can actually add an RMC, and we have this little specials piece tab here. We can actually add some transfer tracks to the game. You're going to want to probably keep track supports off for it and create your own supports that create a transfer table, and you can have a few things. Like, it kind of works kind of the same as if you had other things you can do, like the pass-throughs and such like that. But if we test this out, you can see that this train will go out onto the transfer track, and it will slide right on over to the other track. So you can actually have like just normal little transfers here as part of your ride, which is a pretty cool feature to have, I think, in the game, and it's definitely a welcome addition, for sure. But that way you can actually incorporate transfer tracks into the game, which is pretty cool. So I thought that was a pretty cool little mod to have. No, it's free. It's a free mod. It's on Nexus Mods if you want to check it out. But you do have to have a few things. It took me a while to get it to work. And the things you do have to have is obviously the ASC, the things that make mod works. And you also have to have the Forge mod that is for CTRs. It won't work. I couldn't get it to work without it. Maybe you could, but I don't know. Yes, Fluffy, I saw your text. I can't take any trips. There ain't no way. I have to pay bills, and I'm already scheduled for that. Our schedule's already made for that week, so I mean, I could probably potentially get it off, but there's just no way I could. And this also the cool thing about this mod also is it adds the already Switch. You know, we have the mod that allows Switch tracks into the game for anything, but they don't have like the actual track pieces. This one actually adds the actual track pieces for those Switch tracks, if you know what I mean. So, like, you know, these are already in the game and already in the No Limits track mod, but this adds like the actual textured track for that actual coaster type. So if you were to add like the normal ones, you can see, like, if I was to add these Switch tracks, it's going to be like the wrong track texture. It's going to be the wrong track piece. So that's what this mod also kind of adds to the game, which is pretty cool. So, like, instead of having like these track pieces, you can it will actually add the regular ones, which is actually quite nice. But any tips on possible PC stuff? Might look into getting one soon. Are you talking about like just like getting a PC with the specs and everything? I mean, PCs are very expensive right now because of AI, and they're making the RAM prices go through the roof. So yeah, I don't know if I have any like particular tips on it. Your best bet is probably to find something in a decent budget, and then once you have the funds, upgrade it later on. It's the only really thing I could think of. Anyways. But yeah, it's a pretty cool mod that adds a lot to the game, potentially. So if you wanted to have like a transfer track in your ride layout, that makes it quite possible. But there's a lot of different, but yeah, it even works with like wood coasters as well. But you can see like the no track limits mod adds all these things to it, but if you go to the specials, you can actually get the wood coaster textured, like the actual wood coaster track pieces as those switch tracks instead of like the ones that it was before. So that actually really helps quite a bit. You still have some of the other ones that do not include that, and that's still are all these, but so these have not come yet, and I think they might be working on getting some of these into the special tab with the actual track pieces, but it has not come just yet. So yeah, but it looks really cool, and glad I got this mod to work because it's actually going to be pretty nice. It's too bad they don't have a transfer track that's angled. I know that'd be very specific. Maybe I could get into that Discord. It'd be very selfish, but I could just be like, hey, is there any possible way we could get a transfer track that is angled that I would use Powder Keg as an example, saying, hey, I'm working on a Powder Keg recreation, and would love to have that the option for that angled transfer. Probably won't happen because it's literally, I think I don't know of any other rides that have like an angled transfer like that. But this is the closest I've got now, so. But the thing with Powder Keg is it would have to be like up here. It's kind of an interesting one, so don't know if that's something, or if they could make it possible where we can edit where the transfer goes. Like we could edit this piece and it will transfer over to that. That would actually be very, very useful as well. If we could actually, the end piece, we could actually move to wherever we wanted, horizontally and vertically. Like that would actually be really nice. The only way you wouldn't be able to move it is this way. That would be really cool, if it was ever like an actual option. But we'll have to, I can't be too picky at the moment, so I'm just gonna stick with what I have right now. So, but I think it's a pretty cool mod overall, and adds a lot of cool possibilities in the future. So it's the Universal Switch Track mod, yes. Which is a really cool mod, honestly, and I think they just released, pretty much just released their, but yes, it is .nets, yes. But he just released yesterday, this new mod, or like the 1.1.2 version, and I finally got it to work, so I had issues getting it to work beforehand, but I figured out that I needed the Forge Utilis mod for it to actually work, so the Forge Utils, whatever it's called, I'm not entirely sure what it's called. But you can see it does work, and you obviously probably want to turn off your transfer tracks, or the track supports. They do just kind of get left in the dust, which is fine, but I forgot that it launches as well, which you can adjust the speeds to where it doesn't do that, which I probably would do. So like target speed, we could just turn it down to like 3 miles an hour. Acceleration rate, turn that down as well, like 3. Post-departure delay, and yeah, you can change all that stuff if you wanted to. It's pretty cool. It's a really cool mod. Really love seeing mods like this come to the game, and I hope that it gets even more support and actually adds more extra pieces, and it evolves into even more stuff, or better stuff, so. But it looks like it works pretty good, which is a awesome thing to see, so. Those drive tires must be set to launch for really fast speeds too. I don't know why, but it is. I don't know why that's the starting speed, but it is. Alright, let's see if the POV works pretty well. I actually haven't tested that yet. Make sure, I'd imagine, can't imagine why it wouldn't, but works pretty good. There's also a reverse piece as well, so you can make it go backwards if you wanted to. So if you wanted it to go backwards instead of forwards, that's also an option. But really, really cool mod overall, and adds just that cool element for switch tracks and also transfer tracks. So just pretty cool. Welcome, Noah and Jask. Good to see you. But this is from Cheez-Its manufacturer Mars Designs. And we added that, we incorporated into this park. I also thought about doing an RMC Raptor in this park, but maybe for future development. I'm not sure yet if I want it at opening or not. We probably need to work on doing all of this first. If I'm going to be honest, we need to finish up this area. Can it diagonal? No, it cannot. They just have the horizontal. Like I said, I could probably go into the Discord and maybe ask for that. I know it's kind of like a kind of like a thing. I don't know if they would consider it. Probably not, but because it's so specific for one coaster. But I think a lot of people could find use out of it. But I don't know. I think it'd be cool if you could move that piece wherever you want that it connects to, up and down or left and right. And then it would transfer perfectly to it. If someone could figure out a mod like that, that would actually be pretty cool. But I don't think that's a thing just yet, so wait and see. But it would be kind of a very specific kind of thing to ask for. Yes, I did ride Wildcat, and I missed the heck out of that ride. It was a very fun GCI. I did update some of my mods as well. I updated the no track limit. I think it was no track limits. Yeah, no track limits mod. I also updated the scaling mod. As of yet, I still have seen that visual glitch, which is a good sign. So hopefully that visual mod has been fixed. Or that visual bug has been fixed. And I updated the Forge Utilis, which unfortunately still does not work with Sky Studio. So if I want to have the Switch Tracks mod, I have to sacrifice Sky Studio for now. Or I can get the little like mini patch that does work with it, but it takes away a lot of the Sky Studio features, which kind of sucks. But it might be the only option as of right now. Which is unfortunate. Hopefully they find a fix to where they can have those mods working together. Or there can be a Sky Studio patch or something. I'm surprised they haven't come up with a fix for Sky Studio yet. Because I can only make it work without the Forge mod, which I need for this new mod that I have. So, very unfortunate that it doesn't work with it. Like, I'm really sad it doesn't work with it, because that means you can't use Sky Studio and that mod together at the same time, which kind of sucks. Not gonna lie. You can't use those mods together. New to the game, any advice in building? The advice I always give, and I give it all the time, is to inspire your builds off of something in real life. So, have some real life inspiration with your builds. Don't just build off of nothing. Because if you build off of nothing, you have no inspiration to go off of, and it's not going to turn out as good as you would want. Unless you're a really good builder right off the bat, like naturally. Which even I struggle with that, so but you know, just sometimes it's nice. I sometimes just bring up Google Earth, find some buildings that I like from actual parks, and kind of model it off of those. And not necessarily like completely copy, but like use the same style or just kind of mimic kind of what they do with those buildings a little bit and make it my own at the same time. That's kind of like the best advice I usually do. So, did you get the DLC early? I did. I got it quite a bit early, actually. But I couldn't share anything until the 22nd, which I really wanted to share gameplay early, but I just didn't. I didn't get around to it. I was very busy with work and just didn't really have a lot of time, and I kind of missed the deadlines that I wanted to. And I've also just been battling a huge creative block lately too, which I'm sure a lot of you can relate to. Like, I've been in the mood where I really want to play and do stuff, but I have like a blockage in creativity that won't allow me to. And those are always the worst, right? Where you really want to get work on stuff and everything, but you just have that blockage and creativity for some reason. And again, I'm sure all of us have been there. And it happens way too often sometimes for me, and it kind of sucks. So yeah, you're welcome on that. Again, that is my best advice though, is don't just build off of nothing. Find some inspiration, get some reference photos, and kind of utilize that as your base. Like if you want to build a restaurant building or a station building or something, find one that you really like or kind of matches the kind of theme or atmosphere you want to go for, and model it after that. That's actually how I created my front entrance to this park, actually. And it's one of my favorite entrances I've ever built, actually. So I went and looked at Dorney Park's entrance. I think it was Dorney. Or was it Darien Lake? One of the two. I can't remember. I don't know. I looked off of one of those and kind of modeled the idea after that and made it my own. So it's still my own build, but I used that as kind of like the structure of what I made here, so. And I think it turned out quite nice. It's actually one of my favorite entrances I've ever built, like detail-wise, and I think it turned out really beautifully, so. I just love the colors and everything that came along with it, and then of course we just threw the actual name of the park on the front, and it turned out really good. So I'm really, really happy with that. And then same thing with like this building here. I found a building that I liked that I think would work well with it. And this is a very simple building. I didn't do too much with it. Yeah, I think it was Darien Lake. That's right. Darien Lake sounds better. More familiar with what I was modeling off of. And again, it's not like a copy of Darien Lakes, like a one-for-one copy. It's not meant to be. It's meant to be my kind of own design, but like I used that as kind of like the inspiration / structure and style for this entrance, so. And it turned out pretty good. I was pretty happy with how it turned out. But we're gonna get this queue line kind of going. Hopefully very nicely. There's a park in Florida that don't exist anymore, but I'd like to build a boardwalk and baseball park. Yeah, if you could find, like, say, older photos of that, you can use those as references. Just find photos of that you want to kind of replicate or kind of, like, model it off of. It's always the idea. Alright, and then we do have the priority pass over there. Also as well. So this park is going to open up with 2 coasters right here. One by Mars Designs and the other either in-house or PTC or very classic kind of wood coaster, so I'm not sure. Whatever kind of approach we want to go with. Oh yeah, we did have the Thunderation theme is actually on here. Let me see if I can find that since it's been posted. It was posted 10 days ago. I don't know if it's copyrighted. Hopefully not. I wish they would actually play it in the area. But you've been working to memorize all the lyrics. The only lyrics I really knew was the Thunderation. And that's really it. You know. Surprised when I spotted it. It's pretty cool though that you did spot it. I mean, it was only posted 10 days ago, so I'm curious of where the person got it. Ready for a thrill. Thunderation. Gonna take you for a ride. Very curious of where they got it from, because I don't think it was posted by SDC, so. They had it playing in the background when they announced its closure, but that was it. Still really cool though. Thunderation. Gonna take you for a ride. Thunderation. I hope that the new ride actually has its own theme. Like an actual original soundtrack. I feel like Silver City should do more of those like they used to. Because they used to do them all the time, you know, like Flooded Mine, Fire in the Hole. I mean, I guess they did give the new Fire in the Hole one. But it's just kind of like a remaster, a new version of the original. Credit to SDC channel, but I don't know if that means much. It just says credit to SDC attractions. Which if we go there, it's just Silver Dollar City, but I don't think they've ever actually posted the actual audio. So, I don't know. But I'd like to see more original soundtracks come out from new rides and such. But my gosh, the new structure that they've been putting up over the last couple weeks is taller than Wildfire now, which is crazy. Yeah, it's in the one short when they announced it's closing. That's literally about all I heard, but it wasn't like the full song or anything. Only thing I could think of is they took it from that short, but seems like they have more than that short in length, so I don't know. And then maybe like did some editing to remove like any of the they literally just edit it to where you can just hear the audio playing or the music playing. It's the only thing I could really think of that would work. I don't know. But I'm thankful to have it regardless, which is pretty cool. Still think it would be cool if they played it in the area of Thunderation. Or at least maybe one part of the queue. Alright, and then I need to make the decision if we're going to do like a cover on this queue of some sort, so it's not just in the open, or we should just leave it as an outdoor queue. Which, the wood coaster was mostly outdoor, but I did put some covers on it in some spots, so we could probably put a cover on it. Let's see what we can do. Let's go ahead and do this. Change the grid size and go about right here. At least this long extended part we could potentially do. Nice little queue cover. How's that heat advisory? It's very hot. Very much so. Very hot. I worked yesterday and it was blazing, man. And it's not gonna be letting off and anytime soon, it seems like. Gotta stay hydrated though. That is the key. Stay hydrated, folks. $91 sounds about right. Alright, give our guests at least some cover here. Right? I'm sure they would appreciate it. Is this cooler in Branson? That might be so, but it's still really hot. I don't plan to do too much outdoor activities today. Probably will go out in a little while though. I figured, wow, until then, why not play some Planet Coaster and just waiting for the wife to get up and about. See what she wants to do today. I wish these didn't fight textures so bad like they do. I think we're actually supposed to be getting some rain here soon. Quite a bit of it. I could be wrong, but I thought I saw that over throughout the week. we're gonna copy this, all of these little spots right here. Oh, come on, I hate that so much. Don't do that. You all know how much I hate the advanced move tool when it tries to use that little box piece. Air Force 1? I don't know, dude. I feel like relocations just don't happen that often anymore. I mean, they still do, but I just don't feel like stuff gets relocated that often because it's just expensive. Sometimes more so than actually just getting your own new custom ride, you know? So, I don't know. But hopefully, yes, it will. Right? No one wants to see it go. So. Alright, this will give our guests some nice shade. Might actually move this whole structure over just a little bit because you can see it doesn't cover that last section over there really well, so I might actually split it from the building, so I don't really need it attached. Only did that a little easier. Kind of want this post to line up with that queue. And then this one is pretty close. Getting it to fit nicely. Here. Alright, that's fine. And honestly, that's kind of fine. What's up, Sawyers? How's it going? Good to see you guys in here with me. Hope you guys have been doing well. Hope you guys are enjoying the new update and DLC. A lot of creators are saying that it's the best DLC to date, like even including Planet Coaster 1 days. What a lot of people are claiming with this DLC. I kind of sit in the middle. I think it's really good. I love the idea of parades. I think it's cool. I don't know. I don't think it's something I'm going to use crazy too often. If that makes sense. But I know it's very heavily requested, so like I like seeing Frontier listen to those requests. Very, very nice to see them do that. And also, we got the RMC Raptor finally. That's been requested for who knows how long. We got that Raptor finally. So, I'm sure everyone, I hope everyone's happy with it. And then we got the B&M Dive, a variant of the B&M Dive, just the smaller version, basically, which is also nice to see. Pretty happy with that. There's my little one complaint about the dive coasters in Planet Coaster 2, and no one else really talks about it. But have you guys noticed how fast the train moves to that hold position on the dive pieces? And I'll show you what I mean. But do you guys agree? You know what I mean, though? Like, or at least allow us to adjust it. Like, look how fast it goes from here to here on this piece. It just pulls way too fast. Instead of like a gradual, it like throws the train over so fast, like that. And then holds it. Like, why does it go so fast over the edge? It should creep over it slowly, or give us the option of how fast it goes through. That's always kind of annoyed me with the dive coasters a little bit. It just flings it over way too quickly to that hold position. Like, it's almost jarring how fast it does it. And I'm just like, why does it go that fast? That's my only real complaint I have with that. It like launches it onto that hold spot and it just holds. You know what I'm saying though? Like, I'm not going crazy, right? I don't think that's how they work in real life. They made that piece way too quick and you can't adjust how fast it goes. Holds too low as well. Probably as well, yeah. Like, it's like a minor nitpick, but like it does kind of bother me quite a bit. And I don't think it's something people really talk about all that much, so. Yeah, they go really slow over the over that hill to that hold position, but in Planet Coaster, they just fling to that position. I don't know why it pushes the train so fast. That's why I've seen a lot of people not even use the dive piece. They make their own, and it doesn't hold, which sucks because it won't hold still, but they can make it go really slow, which kind of works, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just being too nitpicky, but I don't think so personally. Alright, that gives a nice little cover for that queue. But yeah, and you're also saying that they don't hold it that low also. That's why I have seen a lot of people just create their own version of it, like they won't use that piece. So instead of using the dive piece like this, which I do like that they made it at an 80-degree angle now, so like, because it doesn't go straight to 90 that quick. So I do like that they do that. But let me make sure I'm not going crazy. You can see it has a release acceleration and a hold delay and minimum hold delay. So there's no option of how fast it goes on to that. So I was going to say, I think usually in real life, because the back car in real life would not be completely looking over the edge totally. Only in the front. I just don't know why it flings the train so fast in that position. When it hits right here, it goes whoom. You know what I mean? Yeah, it does kind of go a little bit lower than it probably should. I feel like it should. Not even like, they wouldn't have to back it up too much, but I wish there was maybe an option of like really having full control of where the train stops and also how fast it approaches. So, which would be such an easy thing to add, I feel like. But a lot of people that don't like the pre-built piece I have seen will actually go and do like their own piece that I don't know if they use trims or if they use like, let's see, probably like friction brakes with just really high like the acceleration rates, make it go like 0.6 miles an hour, and then just like, whoops. I don't know how well that works, but like it's not gonna bring it to a complete stop, but it would make it kind of have that illusion because it would be going so slow. I've seen people do it this way though too, and then just decorate it. This is like, I didn't really take into account too much on like the shaping and such. I just threw it together, but like I've seen people do it this way. That didn't even stop it. But like, you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying though, right? Boom. Yeah, I think they could improve on the dive coasters, personally. And I don't think it would be too hard for them to adjust that and make those options a little bit better. Bum 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 bum. Alright, and then that's going to be the priority pass. Entrance. Trying to build priority passes in mind, so because this is modern day, so you definitely have some fast passes for extra money. Any thoughts on that mine tower, whatever SDC's putting up? It's big. It looks tall. Appears to be taller than Wildfire's lift. Okay, so how do I want to do these elevated paths? Do I just want to use the end game railings? Let's just see how it looks. I've been trying to do my own. I'll copy existing, and then we'll add railings. Let's use the painted metal and go like this, and just see what they look like. And the cool thing is you can actually put it on one side, so if I wanted to leave it off of that other side, I could. I do like that we have that option. And honestly, the in-game one looks fine. Only time I try to... and I might leave that open like that. And then we might add it to here too, which actually blends pretty well with those ones. Not too bad. I think a lot of people have been wanting like a line builder for queues or for like fencing. I think that would actually be really, really nice to have. Like you just have a line builder and it'll create that fencing for you. You just have a lot of options for railings and fences. Since when did I go live? About 48 minutes ago. I thought about trying to think about like utilizing transfer tracks in a way that I could make it look like it's a maintenance transfer as well, but I'm not really sure of a good way of doing that. Or if I would, I mean, it would probably be kind of unnecessary, right? I mean, I would do it if I was like trying to do a cinematic video that included a transfer track on and off, but that's about it. That's the only time I'd probably utilize that. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Maybe we should definitely try and make this look a little bit better, though. Should I add like an onboard? Should add a photo on this ride. We don't have a photo on the wood coaster. I think it'd be nice to have a photo, maybe like a little photo booth at the exit. People can buy their photos on the ride. Should we do that? On-ride photo should be pretty easy. Add it on. Maybe not facing that way. Alright, well, it's gonna face the wrong way, I guess. Which is interesting, but I don't know why it would start it over there, but it did. Where do I move it? Why can't I change that? Why can I only do that? Turn off snapping. That out. And also change the distance if we would like to. Don't go too high. Car 1, car 2. I think we need to keep it at the relative of how it looks from 2 here. And make the distance a lot closer. I think that's going to be the best we can get. We actually look at the testing results, and I'm going to look at the heat maps. Excitement. That's pretty good right there. That's going to be probably our best besides this turn right here, this curve, or this inversion. So it should have a decent spot because you're at a high speed at that point. Since there's a bunch more things built in the park taller than Wildfire Tower mentioned. A bunch more things were built in the park. And yeah. Ish. Can I change the color of this camera? Like, why is it red? I actually kind of like have it nicely propped on that railing right there. Just kind of funny. It works. Alright, and then we can have a photo booth here. Crazy to me. You have to have it on a path. So we're just gonna do that, or not, I guess. Just so I can place this back a little further. Like so. Alright guys, I'm gonna be right back. I gotta go do something real quick. So hang tight. Enjoy the ride. Here, I'll let it play for you guys. You can watch the train go around as it goes. thank goodness you guys are still here. I'm here. I'm back. It's raining, it looks like. I can get my UI back. Thank you. Alright, oh man, it's gonna start snowing again. Still in winter. Need to get to the spring so it's not raining and snowing and such. Anyways, we got our photo booth here, which we can go ahead and open up. Might as well. Give it a little bit of a building of some sort. Get out of that. Here, add billboards. They'll perish before you got back. We're just ghost viewers now. Well, at least you can still talk, right? At least it seems like. Not crazy sure how long I'll be able to go for today. I got some stuff I gotta do. I gotta run some errands. And such, so. But that's alright. We'll figure it out. But this is just, we're just gonna have a little booth outside where they can buy their photos. Be pretty neat. Get it to match a little bit here. What the heck is happening? Why did it just change colors? Alright, let's get the non-gridded piece in here. Do we have any sort of counter piece in here? We got a bookcase, a wagon. That's about it, though. Not what I wanted. Alright, we're gonna go in here, and then we're gonna add billboards. There we go. Typically, I like to put one up front. You guys can kind of see it. their immediate photo. And then we can have some in the back a bit. We have some like larger ones. Just some larger pieces. Got our little billboard mount, our TV mount. Get it on there. And we're going to change image. We're going to go to copyright photos, Phantom Flight. We'll do one that has, the back one will have all of them, and then this one we can do like the front car. So, boom. And they can buy their photos from there, which will be nice, so. But we have some more details that we're going to want to add to this booth, so we're going to want to put a door on the side. Ding dong. Find the right over here. There you go, so that matches up. Maybe look into our flat roofs. Be able to snap right to it, but it doesn't want to. Is that even the right piece? Thought it was. Maybe it wasn't. Oh yeah, it wasn't. That makes more sense. Well, made a little bit more sense there, so we'll get this going. But appreciate you guys being here today. Hope you guys have had a wonderful, fantastic week and day and all the above. Add some nice trim pieces to this little booth. Not a fully fledged building, it's just going to be a booth, basically. That's the whole point of it. Okay, I don't know what triggered that. I must have hit the heat maps. Might as well add all of this trim to the rest of it. It just adds that extra detail. Very simple, but very effective to make it look less bland, because this is going to be a little box, basically. signs. Disc. Right, photos. Go, we got people buying it, we got it going, so we're doing good. Alright, we're gonna copy existing texture. We're going to go ahead and add some curves to this. Foundation and curbs. I think it's fine to have in this situation here. We're gonna place in some support pieces here. Let's add some of these too. Alright, I'm fine with those. Alright, I do like these little resort pillar pieces, actually. They look really nice. We're actually gonna go ahead and add it to the scenery. And we might have to resize it a bit to fit that. These will work good as like little footers for our support pieces. Give us that little detail that we need. Because we like to have detail. Alright, we're going to continue this on to the other pillars that we already have placed down. These. Can't forget this guy. Bum 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 bum. Should just have to do this side a bit. Got a few more over here. Nice. Those are all looking good. Alright, the main thing we got to do now is fill in all of this leading up to the ride. Have a nice little area. Copy existing texture here, use the line builder. Create some extra path. I don't know why they made it to where like this line gets created now. Anytime you create a new path, it's very obnoxious. I really don't like that. Like any new path you place after save of the build, like for some reason it creates a new line, which is so stupid. I don't understand why it has to be there. Either I have to outline your path or do something with it. I don't know. Like, it's just like such an unnecessary thing that it does now. Like, why does that line have to be there? I know the answer. It doesn't. Happened after a certain update, but I'm not sure what update, but... Don't know what update it was, but like it made it to where like if you build a new pathway, it creates a random line as if they're two different textures, which is fine if you're changing the texture. Say right here and here, which you can see even here it doesn't do it. But if you add a new path and a new like you come back to a save, like it does that. It's so bizarre. I don't know why it does it. So you have to either redo your path or something. Like you can do it this way as well. You can just like copy texture. That's gonna be like your only way to do it. I can do that, but it's something that's unnecessary. Like I shouldn't have to do that. Not weird that they made it like that, but out of my control. And we just gotta live with it for now. I mean, I'm kind of in contact with them, but not really. They just kind of send me stuff. So, I'd imagine they watch my stuff, my videos and such, so... I'm sure they do. Obviously, they would have never found me. But, you know... It's just kind of one of those weird things. It's not like game break or game change. Like, it's just kind of one of those annoying things, like, where that line just comes out of nowhere. And it got started ever since one of the... I can't pinpoint which update it started doing that on, but there was an update where it started doing that. I'm just unsure of what update it began doing that. It wasn't this last one. did it beforehand. Just kind of weird. I think I'm going to do some sort of building here. I don't know exactly what yet, so I'm just going to put an outline of a building right there for now. And we'll put some, like, planters or something to fill in that gap, or we can pull the path over, one of the two. Oh, we're gonna have a blast on this powder keg. Building electrical panel. Wasn't looking for that, but sure, we'll put an electrical panel in here somewhere. Maybe it's under coasters, but there's a blueprint I'm looking for that thought it was under panel. I could be wrong, but if I type the word box, be in there. Maybe, maybe not. Doesn't look like it. But just memorize the names of these things. Be a lot easier, you know? Rather than having to scroll through everything. Do I have my height stick? I'll have to save the one that I made at Wildfire and then we'll put it in. So once we enter Silver Dollar City, we should do that. Next time we're in that build. Let's see it in there. Anywho, now this park's coming together. Again, it's gonna be very small when it opens. We're gonna add maybe like another section or so. Maybe another flat ride or two. That way it's well-rounded. We have some rides in here. Arcade, restaurant, a little bit of everything. No, because we got the Ferris wheel. We got some bumper cars, so we got some classic rides. We have an out and backwood coaster, like, doesn't get much more classic than that. Woohoo! Nice, someone's having fun. Anyone actually using the priority pass? Not right now. What I was curious of. Alright, so it shouldn't take too much longer to finish up, I don't think. I don't think it will. But with that being said, why don't we head over to Silver Dollar City? Hopefully, I'm always scared when I like mess around with mods and stuff, because I'm always scared that some of my parks won't load, or it'll crash the game when they load, because maybe I did something that I don't have now. I don't think that should be the case, but, you know, there's always that little bit of, like, worry at some point, sometimes. Thankfully, Silver Dollar City is loading properly, so... Thank goodness. Let's go to supports. We can find a piece that will work for this. I guess this is going to be our closest bet, right? See if we can replicate what's being built. Or by wildfire. Alright, so these obviously have to be scaled down. It's a lot thinner than that. This thing's absolutely massive, though. whatever it is. It's pretty big. Can't give it really that rusty feel that it has. Kind of hard to give it that color. I think we should kind of go with more of a brown, though. That would be actually kind of closer to what we're looking at here. Get it as close as we can. More of a brown tone. That angle is going to be a little bit too much. I think we're going to go more so along these lines. Hey, what's up? Just now saw that you're in chat. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be me. Up, and then we'll just adjust the other side as we go. Now, I know this looks crazy huge, but if you've been to Silver Dollar City lately, the last week or so, you'll know that this structure that's being built right now is huge. It's crazy that we're almost in July. Ain't that crazy? Crazy. I'm just building what I see. You know, I don't really have much of a reference besides what's being built right now, so I just know this thing is crazy. This structure is huge. I remember when I just had these 2 poles up, and I was just like, oh, that's cool, I wonder what they're building. Wonder what kind of structure they're building. And then it just kept going up and up and up, and I'm like, oh, okay. And in real life, it actually kind of looks like it's taller than Wildfire. At least it has that illusion when you're further away. It could just be the perspective of where you're sitting at. Like, I know on Outlaw, it kind of looks like it's taller. So I think we're actually kind of at a pretty solid height here right now. Of its real life counterpart. But we'll see. And then once we get all the details, maybe I'll work on it a little bit more, you know? Bum, bum. There's a little small wood chipped area right here that we're gonna try and get in. Get the best wood, best texture that we can use that it's the closest, I suppose. Try and find the closest. Soil's probably going to be the closest. Yeah, I don't really do much for the 4th. I'm not the biggest fireworks person, so I don't care all that much about fireworks. I personally would never spend thousands of dollars on fireworks. Can't believe some people do, but hey, if they have the money for it and they want to do that, that's up to them. Go for it. I just know that's not something I would do. I ain't spending thousands of dollars on fireworks. One, because I can't. Like, that's, I can't afford to do that. First place. Large kabooms. Do I even have my phone on me? Or did I leave it out there? Need my phone for references. Okay, found it. I was gonna work on a little bit of this pathway here. Why did I take an accidental screenshot of my screen? Why are there screenshots of random stuff? What the heck? Okay. Let's see if I got a shot of that area. Might not have. We're gonna look. Alright, so I see the fencing now. So that helps a little bit. So I can at least see the fence of this side. It's a red fence. Made of like just wood planks and such. It's actually basically this, yeah. I've technically started on that side. And then there's kind of like this wall, you know. Because there's an old water trough that goes underneath right here. That's no longer used. Really gonna do that to me? The stuff I was talking about. earlier. And it decides to do that. Use the wooden planks so I can find this particular piece that I'm thinking about, but I'm gonna see how well it looked right here. Ah. Basically, I just need to create a foundation for this walkway, which we're going to use like these parade pieces because they actually kind of work well. Just funny. Interestingly enough, you know. Just realized I can't do that. So this is actually going to need to open because it's actually a bridge. Something going underneath it. So we're just going to have to use the smaller pieces. How to make it work. Okay. Not trying to go inside buildings. Welcome to Silver Dollar City. Pretty sure there's just like a big construction wall right here. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum. Eh. Try and blend this. I don't know how well it's gonna go though. We're gonna try though. Plunger station 2, yeah, it has a double load, kind of like a dual load station. Fortunately, I can't replicate that, really, so... We're gonna conjure up as much as we can here, though. It has a little splitter thing right as you enter the station that splits it into 2 different lanes. So, but Planet Coaster's stations are so big that this honestly fits where it's at, so we might just make it an inaccuracy that we're gonna live with potentially. That's gonna be kind of most likely going to be my solution. Is that it's just going to be a little inaccurate on in that regard. I mean, I could visually make it, try and make it look like it has two stations, or like two spots, but I think we'll probably leave it out for now. If we want to revisit that, we probably could, but everything offers annoy the crap out of me. Alright, so now we're just tasked with like blending this together. Try and hide how that water works. Now this is kind of a little bit elevated in real life, so try and keep as much as that as I can. I'll edit this accordingly, but right now we're just gonna try and hide all of this a bit. Goal is going to be to blend it together. You know? I'd rather it look good and slightly inaccurate than more accurate and not good. Catch my drift kind of there. Alright, and we got to build a pathway that comes over here that acts for the exit, or you can go this way or that way. Obviously I didn't make this functional, which I don't know if I'm going to be really able to. I went for visuals on this bridge, so over functionality. But I still do need to connect the exit, if that makes sense. So we're gonna have to have an exit that comes out. Unfortunately, the exit does have stairways, and it's kind of weird. I don't know. We're gonna have to make it work somehow. I've already established so much that I don't want to mess with it too much, but you know. We're riding on wildfire, flying over the Ozarks, going up higher, upside down, left and right. We better hold on tight. Gonna have a blast on this powder keg, shooting through the Ozarks till the rails run red. Light that fuse, no time for dread. But we're gonna have a blast on this powder keg. You can scream at the speeds, you can hold on tight, going so fast until you're full of fright. When that nitro spills, we're blasting through these hills. We're gonna have a blast on this powder keg. We're gonna have a blast on this powder keg. No, you'd probably see it everywhere over social media if they announced it. If you're following any, like, coaster stuff. You'll know when they announce it. It will be everywhere. But it's August 14th, in case you didn't know. That's when it's been getting announced. No, we haven't found the full song. I think it's lost forever.
We're gonna have a blast on this powder keg, shooting through the Ozarks till the rails run red. Light that fuse, no time for dread. Oh, we're gonna have a blast on this powder.
I mean, I got a AI version that made a full song, but I don't know how accurate it would be, or how accurate it is to the real one. But it's like I wanted to do something to try and get it. Try it anyways. See if I can find it. I think it's this one. Yeah. Take it however you will, but I think it turned out good though.
We're gonna have a blast on this powder keg, shooting through the Ozarks till the rails run red. Light that fuse, no time for dread. Oh, we're gonna have a blast on this powder keg. You can scream at the speeds, you can hold on tight, going so fast until you're full of fright. When that nitro spills, we're blasting through these hills. We're gonna have a blast on this powder keg. We're gonna have a blast on this powder keg, shooting through the Ozarks till the rails run red. Light that fuse, no time for dread. Oh, we're gonna have a blast on this powder keg. Blasting through these hills overhead, we have to light this fuse, enough said. We're going up higher, escaping the blasting fire on this powder keg. We're gonna have a blast on this powder keg, shooting through the Ozarks till the rails run red. Light that fuse, no time for dread. Oh, we're gonna have a blast on this powder keg. We're gonna have a blast on this powder keg, shooting through the Ozarks till the rails run red. Light that fuse, no time for dread. No time for dread. Oh, we're gonna have a blast on this powder keg. We're gonna have a blast on this powder keg.
So, I mean, it's cool. Like, it was a cool attempt. Also, I made a Flooded Mine remastered AI version too. It was Flooded Mine. Two different versions of it. This was also made with AI. I think it's cool to bring some of these songs to life that are kind of been lost, so.
Welcome to the mine days, welcome to the toil, welcome to the trouble neath the earth and soil. You sweat a little water, you sweat a little blood, and you might get out if the mine don't flood. Welcome to the mine, come on in my friend, down here in the darkness where it never ends. The rocks and the dirt, no silver or gold, but if you're looking for riches, then this mine will unfold. Welcome to Welcome to the trouble neath the earth and soil. Sweat a little water, you'll sweat a little blood, and you might get out if the mind don't flood. Deep in these tunnels, you know it's been said, when you find your fortune, you wish that you were dead. It's a dangerous game when some don't make it through, but when your strength is tested, this is what you do. Welcome to the mine days, welcome to the toil, welcome to the trouble neath the earth and soil. Sweat a little water, you sweat a little blood, and you might get out if the mind don't flood. Heading down the elevator, deep into the mine, where the walls are dark and damp, and the air is hard to breathe. The air is thick with danger, and it echoes through my soul. But I'm gonna do my best, 'cause I won't hit a low. Welcome to the mine days, welcome to the toil, welcome to the trouble neath the
Oh no, there's actually a
earth and
full
soil.
There's a full, like, I found these lyrics online of the full song, so I don't know if this is how it flowed, but okay, so I got the exit on this side.
Dark place till I've turned this ground. The dust fills up my
Entrance is in the
lungs,
middle
but I
of
keep going
stations,
on.
but I mean, I could
I'm
make the
fighting
exit
for my
over here.
life, 'cause I know there's a dawn.
It depends on what side you're
Welcome to
on.
the mine days, welcome to the toil, welcome to the trouble neath the earth and soil. Sweat a little water, you sweat a little blood, and you might get out if the mind don't flood. Down in the darkness of the mine shaft so deep, where the air is thick with fear, and the dirt you can keep, the pickaxe swings and the shovels dig. The coal burns in your lungs and you can barely breathe. Welcome to the mine days, welcome to the toil, welcome to the trouble beneath the earth and soil. Sweat a little water, you'll sweat a little blood, and you might get out if the mind don't flood. The dust and dirt fill your eyes, your lungs still cold, your hands take a beating, but you never get old. Swinging your pickaxe and shoveling coal, you know that it's worth it for your family soul. Welcome to the mine days, welcome to the toil, welcome to the trouble beneath the earth and soil. Sweat a little water, you sweat a little blood, and you might get out if the mind don't flood.
I also did recently a Fire in the Hole cover remaster. If I can find that. This one? I think it's that one. Yeah, it's this one. So I put in all the original lyrics. This is from the old Fire in the Hole song, not the new one. This is where this one comes from. I'm trying to find a reference photo. I could have swore I did a reference photo of the other side here. That goes over and around. If I can just find that. Is that what that is? No, that's the regular entrance. Okay, so maybe I didn't get a proper picture of it. Anyways, that's what this is. This is what I came up with. It turned out alright.
Ball knobbers coming, riding fast, armed with rifles, wearing masks. Ball knobbers coming, drawing near. Everybody's heart is filled with fear. Run, boys, run, don't be slow. Ball knobbers coming, there's a fire in the hole. Run, boys, run, don't be slow. Ball knobbers coming, there's a fire in the hole. Grab your children, don't be slow. Ball knobbers coming, there's a fire in the hole. Grab your clothes and leave your home. Ball knobbers coming, and it won't be long. Fire on the mountain, won't be cold. Fire in the mountain, fire in the hole. Fire on the mountain, won't be cold. Fire on the mountain, fire in the hole. Come here, daughter, come here, son. Ball knobbers coming, everybody run. Grab your fiddle, forget your bow. No time now for Cotton Eye Joe. Fire on the mountain, won't be cold. Fire on the mountain, fire in the hole. Fire on the mountain, won't be cold. Fire in the mountain, fire in the hole.
Sorry, interruptions, man.
Men and horses all over town, thunder and hooves are jarring the ground. Women and children weeping and crying, towns on fire and people are dying. Fire on the mountain won't be cold, fire on the mountain, fire in the hole. Fire on the mountain won't be cold, fire on the mountain, fire in the hole. Flames and smoke are rolling higher. Ball Knobber set this town on fire. This peaceful village was our hometown, but the Ball Knobbers came and burned it down. Fire on the mountain won't be cold, fire in the mountain, fire in the hole. Fire on the mountain won't be cold, fire on the mountain, fire in the hole. Men and horses all over town, thunder and hooves jarring the ground. We don't need us hanging around, all our homes are ashes now. Fire on the mountain, fire in the hole. Fire on the mountain, fire in the hole. Fire on the mountain, fire in the hole. Fire on the mountain, fire in the hole.
This is a pretty cool idea, I thought, but like you said, not gonna beat the original, of course, but like, it's just cool to revitalize some of these songs a little bit. At least in my opinion, so. American Plunge. Ba-na-na-na-na. I can't wait to see this Giga Dollar General. Fire in the mountain, fire in the hole, fire in the mountain, fire in the hole, fire in the mountain, fire in the hole, fire in the mountain, fire in the hole. Flames and smoke are rolling higher, Ball Knobber set this town on fire. Peaceful village was our hometown, but the Ball Knobbers came and burned it down. Run, boys, run, don't be slow, Ball Knobbers. Run, boys, run, don't be slow. Fire in the mountain, fire in the hole. You never been to Dollar General? This will be quite the experience. Just saying. Quite the experience. Okay, that's looking pretty nice. I still think it's you can't believe you can't add on-ride photos on tracked rides like water rides. Because American Plunge has an on-ride photo, but you're not allowed to do that. So which kinda sucks, but like why? Why can't I do that? Why am I not allowed to do that? We're gonna have a blast on this powder keg. Nature. A photography lab. All right.
Bugs and Patches, we foiled your plot, and now we're using your dynamite to blow up the
Hey, that one's actually on. In the update, did they fix custom audio?
Switch! A train's coming that way!
It looks like it. It's working so far. I love that in like just some of these updates, like there's stuff that they fix that they don't really mention. That's in sync right there. So is this one.
Wiley, drop that dynamite or I'll have to shoot.
Go ahead, Marshall. You couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. Hey! Get up! Red Flanders?
That was about it.
Bridge ain't gonna hold. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
What in the city hell would they want with your pants?
They don't call me bugs for nothing. Don't worry. They don't
Bye. Much. Bum bum.
Hurry! The
Bum 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 bum
Get
bum
back
bum.
right over here! Don't mess up my new pants, you ornery Pack them bundles under the dresser. Can't you even tie a ding-dang knot? Hurry! What's the matter, Bugs? You chicken?
Bum bum
Watch
bum
out, you dang
bum
fool!
bum bum.
You're gonna fall! Now look at what you done!
Uh-oh, I think I'm stuck. I can't reach.
Ooh, bridge ain't gonna hold! Bye-bye!
Bugs and Patches, we followed your... Hello?
Sweet. It looks like they fixed custom audio. Like if you zoom out and zoom back in, the audio would get off where it's not supposed to be. Seems like they fixed that in this last update, which is pretty cool. I think even though this isn't like super accurate, I'm still proud of how this overhead cue turned out. Even though it's not perfectly accurate. I think all things considered, it looks pretty good. Which I'm proud of, so. But awesome. Alright, let's go ahead and save it up. Since I haven't saved yet. That'd be so cool if I could utilize that transfer track in here. No, I obviously can't really, so... It would be pretty cool, though, if I did that. And did a thing. See if I went out here, went to special tracks. It's too bad I can't do the diagonal track though. I wish. We're so close to what I need, but still so far. Like, look at that. Slides over. That's so cool seeing it slide over, though. Arms and feet inside the train at all times. We're so close, guys. Alright, guys. I think I'm gonna head out for now. I got a few errands I gotta run here on my day off, so I'm gonna do that, get it done, and we'll go from there. Whoa. So, appreciate you guys checking the stream out, guys. Hope you guys have been enjoying the DLC, the update. Maybe I'll come back and work on some more stuff later on, but today, potentially, but I'll just wait and see what time it is when I go home, and if I have other stuff I gotta do, we'll see. But alright, guys, make sure you guys have a great day and cool tomorrow. I'm gonna see you guys in the next live stream or video, whatever it might be, guys. And I appreciate you guys being here, so have a great day, and even cool tomorrow, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.
We're gonna have a blast on this powder keg, shooting through the Ozarks till the rails run red. Light that fuse, no time for dread. Oh, we're gonna have a blast on this powder keg. You can scream at the speeds, you can hold on tight, going so fast until you're full of fright. When that nitro spills, we're blasting through these hills. We're gonna have a blast on this powder keg. We're gonna have a blast on this powder keg, shooting through the Ozarks till the rails run red. Light that fuse, no time for dread. Oh, we're gonna have a blast on this powder keg, blasting through these hills overhead. We have to light this fuse, enough said. We're going up higher, escaping the blasting fire on this powder keg. We're gonna have a blast on this powder keg, shooting through the Ozarks till the rails run red. Light that fuse, no time for dread. Or we're gonna have a blast on this powder keg. We're gonna have a blast on this powder keg, shooting through the Ozarks till the rails run red. Light that fuse, no time for dread. No time for dread. Or we're gonna have a blast on this powder keg. We're gonna have a blast on this powder keg.
Welcome to the mine days, welcome to the toy. Welcome to the trouble neath the earth and soil. Sweat a little water, you sweat you're looking for riches, then this mine will unfold. Welcome to the mine days, welcome to the toil. Welcome to the trouble neath the earth and soil.